Afternoon, my dear friends. It is so nice to have you all here with us. I see comments going up already. Man, can't thank you enough for all the great support you've given us throughout the year and for this trip. And man, I'll tell you, we're not through yet because tomorrow we'll be offloading this catch and I'll be live with you at 7 a.m. I'm kind of going to review what we had on our trip. As you can see, we're moving up the Baja coast right now and it's really soupy, as you can see. Pea soup fog here right now. We just had sunny, warm, beautiful weather, but it just turned foggy about 45 minutes ago or so, and it looks like we're gonna have this fog for a little while. We're located right now about, I want to say 80 miles down the Baja, maybe 85 miles down the Baja coast. I think La Bufadora, if you know where the blowhole is, Punta area, that's up there ahead of us, not too far, and then Ensenada, and we should be arriving to San Diego probably around midnight tonight. We'll anchor in the bay or tie up to the bait receiver and then go into Point Loma sport fishing at 6 a.m. and then start offloading our catch. About 7 a.m. should be about perfect for me to show you the variety that we caught on this trip. Couple of things before I start to review, and number one thing I want to talk to you about is, let's say you're a novice angler. Let's say you're a half-day guy, three-quarter-day guy, and you want to make the jump to a trip like this. Let me tell you, these crews, and I'm going to talk about the Independence crew right now, they are so good at what they can do. I'm convinced they could take somebody who's not an angler, bring them out here, and they're going to go home with bluefin, wahoo, yellowfin, tuna. They are so good at what they do here on the Independence, and I highly recommend you give them a shot sometime. So you don't have to be this great pro angler to come out here and enjoy it and have a really, really good time. And so many of us had that kind of a trip. I even got to catch a fish, for God's sakes. I caught a lingcod at the end of the trip. I put the camera down for a second, and Anthony shot some video of me catching a lingcod, so that was great. So let me just review. We had a couple of days of really outstanding wahoo fishing. We were outside the ridge chasing down kelps, and on those kelps were not only dorado, but there was a lot of beautiful wahoo. I think probably Phil Havlicek from up north, up there in San Francisco, had the biggest one, and if I had to guess, I'd say it was 80 plus pounds. There's been some fish, some wahoo that is, that have exceeded 100 pounds on some of the long range boats. In fact, when we got down to the landing to depart on this trip, the Searcher was weighing in one that I think was 103.5 pounds, a really beautiful fish. So there's been some big who around. Bait fishing for those who was probably the best way to get a bite. In fact, man, there's a kid on here named Sean. He's such an outstanding angler. He had 9 wahoo, and if I remember correctly, he was fishing mostly bait. Really, really fantastic. So he did fantastic on the bait. Of course, wahoo bombs, chrome jigs, you know, that stuff all works well, but I think it was the bait that was the most spectacular. We caught some smaller dorado, but man, we caught some bigger dorado, and you have got to love, hey, Chivo's right. Hey, Paulina. We're waving to her up there in Ensenada. My co-host when I'm in Ensenada is Paulina. She'll be joining us on December the 13th for our Fan Appreciation Day at 22nd Street Landing. So come on out and meet Paulina. All the gang. Chivo's going to be there. He's supplying hot dogs for everybody, so that is going to be absolutely fantastic. My best to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Really good stuff. So there was some big flatheads. One flathead in particular, it was a beautiful thing. And we are sponsored by Penn Reels now. And of course, I grew up fishing Penn Reels. They made my fishing dreams come true as a young man, whether it was catching barracuda up in the Santa Monica Bay or going down to San Diego with a jig master and fishing albacore. Penn Reels have been a part of this industry, made in the good old USA for decades upon decades. And that's why it was good to see, or should I say great to see, 14-year-old Owen come out here, first saltwater fishing trip, first time he's ever fished in the deep blue sea. and he caught a big bull dorado fishing with a Penn reel. That was fantastic. And also he had a Wahoo. I don't know what he was fishing with there, perhaps another Penn reel. And also he had a beautiful yellowfin tuna. The kid did great, and it was really great to have him along on this trip. On the other end of the age spectrum, we had Spider, 84 years young, a guy that proves that you don't stop fishing because you get too old. You get too old because you stop fishing. And that's something, I've never mentioned that to Spider, but I guarantee you he would affirm that 100%. Man, the guy is awesome. He's a fantastic human being, a great fisherman. His enthusiasm for life is infectious. It was great having him on board. And we had those two different spectrums on age, and all of us older guys in between. Also, really a great trip. Wahoo fishing was spectacular. We had some big bluefin tuna that flashed us also. We had some fun stuff with that. Yes, thank you so much. It was a great trip that we just had. How many tuna were caught? I'm not looking at the sheet right now. I'm guessing 20, 25 bluefin, a $1.70 on the yellowfin, something like that. I'll have those numbers for you in the morning, something like that. And then here today, we stopped down there, you know, about 100 miles down the Baja coast, and somebody told me we had almost 70 lingcod. I didn't really realize we had that many, but scoofing around eating breakfast for a second, I walked out and there was a whole bunch of them on deck. So man, really, really good stuff. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thank you for all the comments, the shares, the likes. It means the world. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we'll be offloading. I will be live. I can't wait to bring it out. Let me just give you a look off our stern here for a second. You can see the sun trying to peek through. It seems to be burning off a little bit. Boat's getting all scrubbed up. Things are getting put away. And the boys here on the Independence are actually going to get 4 days off. Thank you so much for the wishes for a safe trip back. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Fish on, everybody. Really great adventure here. And there's more to come. In fact, I'll be coming to you from Florida here shortly, and I'm sure, although the main purpose of my visit is to see my son Patrick, my grandson Fisher, and of course, Finn, excuse me, my close, right? My grandson Finn and Kaylin and everybody, but I'm sure we're gonna find a way to get out there and do some fishing. Maybe we'll catch a peacock bass for you all. I am so looking forward to doing that. Back to this trip, it was the quickest 8 days I could ever imagine. In fact, it seems like we just walked on here and we're eating prime rib the first night. Big old fat, beautiful piece of prime rib. Seems like that was yesterday, and that was 8 days ago when we got on here and had that. By the way, the meals on the Independence are absolutely fantastic. Man, I'm telling you, it has been fantastic. We've been trying, and I see comments going up, we've been trying to kind of give you a feel for what it's like to be on board with us, and I hope we were able to accomplish that to a small degree. Once again, I can't wait till December the 13th when we all get together. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the Freedom has an open house. I think Promar Ahi, they're going to come down, do some lobster hoop net demonstrations. Possible that the Amigo opens up her beautiful little boat. You know, who knows? It's kind of a work in progress. The way it stands right now, it's great. And Chivo, who is commenting on here right now, is providing hot dogs for everybody. We're going to have the sides, and we're not going to mess around. We're going to have some great chili, so you can make a chili dog, onions, jalapenos, you name it. We'll have it for you. I see people saying they're going to be there. Rene de Leon. I could read that name. That's a guy that's been very close to us for many, many years. I haven't seen him for a long time and just got to see him the other night. And now he does Lobster Chronicles with us. So Renee, I can't wait. I'm so happy to hear you're going to be there for that. And of course, Renee was talking about maybe joining us on the 5-day trip that we have next year. Beautiful flat calm seas. It may be soupy here, but we've been blessed this entire time with great weather. Brian Pfeiffer, the captain of this rig, he is so great to fish with. Number one, he's super hardcore about finding fish. but he also happens to be one of the nicest guys in the world. I see him all the time. You know, he'll see somebody up here and say, can I help you? Do you need some help? What can I do? Can I put a top shot on for you? You know, all of that stuff is something that's just part of how they operate here on the Independence. By the way, they've just added an 11-day trip in January, and there are openings on that trip, so you could take advantage of that by going to www.independencesportfishing.com, and I'll tell you, that would be something you would really take advantage of. Somebody's saying here that God blessed us on this trip. Man, you are absolutely right. Shorts and videos made you feel like you were right there. Thank you so much. I certainly do my best. I'm not the best videographer, and of course people who edit videos are way more professional than yours truly, but I just try to do the best I can to bring you along on the adventure, and hopefully, you know, you'll be able to do one of these adventures yourself. Hey, I want to thank some of our sponsors, Penn Reels. They are fantastic. They've been a part of the American fishing fabric for decades upon decades, made in the good old USA. Promar Ahi, they provided some great gifts for everybody on here. Tuna Riot Poppers, man. You throw those poppers and you are going to get slammed. And Blacktail Hook Sky over there, of course, at Best Fishing Tackle in Hawthorne, California. And Kevin Kwan, who has at least 2 trips on the Independence every year. If you ever want to join one of the nicest guys in the world, it's Kevin Kwan. Go over to his tackle store in Bellflower, California, Young's Fishing Tackle. He gave us a ton of great raffle prizes. And get over there for the Black Friday sale. Same thing at Best Fishing Tackle. Go by there and see those guys. They are really great guys. And Kevin does a fantastic job. We'd love to see you on a Friedman Adventures trip, but you can't go wrong by going on a Young's Fishing Tackle Independence trip. Kevin does a great job. He's a really great friend of mine, and I know you would enjoy his company. So it looks like we're gonna head up the coast here. I haven't been attacked by Scott Buchert for the last 30 seconds, so that's a good thing. I must be doing something right. Captain Brian Pfeiffer is up in the wheelhouse taking us home, and we are through for the day. We could roll up on a foamer of bluefin tuna, and I think we're gonna straight line it to San Diego. Boat's all cleaned up. Everybody's got their gear broken down. Nothing to do but enjoy some more delicious meals and a beautiful ride home. And just as I say that, man, look at that. Sun starts to poke its nose through the clouds. I see a lot of blue skies ahead. Man, I'm not going down below. I'm gonna stay out here and enjoy it with you all. It is absolutely gorgeous. December the 13th, 22nd Street Landing. Don't miss it. It'll be a celebration of fishing, of the great outdoors. Please, if you can, bring an unwrapped toy or clothing or some kind of a gift for a child, boy or girl, or both, if you can afford to do it. If you could do that, that would be great. And we'll get that down there for the Feast of the Epiphany in Mexico. That is in January, also known as Dia de Reyes, Day of the Kings, when the 3 kings arrived to the baby Jesus. That is a big celebration, and it's a big gift-giving day in Mexico. So if you could do that, great. If you can't afford it, or you don't have time to do it, whatever, don't worry about it. We still want to see you December the 13th. And we'll have some Friedman Adventures merchandise there. More than likely, we'll have some hats there. We'll probably just put them out and ask for a donation. Leave it up to you to keep the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel going, our Facebook page, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok. We're going to keep it all rocking and rolling, and it's only going to grow and get better because of each and every one of you. And I mean that sincerely. Without you, there is no Friedman Adventures. Couldn't do it without your great support. By the way, on the horizon, we have a nonprofit that we are starting whose sole goal is to get people out into the great outdoors for both the physical benefits and the mental health benefits. And we'll be going deeply into that. But there is so much to be said for that 14-year-old boy, Owen, coming out here. Let's just put it this way to you. If Owen spent the last 8 days, like many kids his age do, playing around on his phone as opposed to coming out here and seeing these jaw-dropping adventures. I'm telling you, this can be life-changing for that young man. I'm not saying it will be, but I'm saying the door now is open to wanting to learn more about the sea and the creatures in it, and to do other kinds of adventures, and to get outdoors, and to have a purpose and challenge in life. Man, that is so important. And it doesn't stop when you get old, as evidenced by Spider, 84 years old, out here. Like I said, man, he is young because he kept fishing. And you got to keep that in mind. You need a purpose in life, whether it's a fishing trip, an adventure, going down to the soup kitchen and helping out, teaching a kid how to tie a knot. You got to have that, and that's what the sole purpose of this will be. Whether it's going down to Mexico and pushing some people in the old folks home out to get some vitamin D, or it's working with our vets here in the United States of America. You know, we have a guy on here, Adam, U.S. Army, retired. I got to spend quite a bit of quality time with him, and just listening to him and looking at him. I mean, I have so much admiration for Adam and what he gave to all of us and men and women like him in our armed forces. They are the best, and they deserve not only our respect, but they deserve our love and our care. And if we can get more of those guys out, that would indeed be awesome. All right, my friends, have a great one. Good to be with you. We're going to keep heading home. Let's look out here. Maybe a whale or something will pop up. I'll let you take a look up toward the bow of the Independence. Started to break up, and you could see just how beautiful and flat, calm, and gorgeous a day we have here. Just smooth traveling, beautiful weather, and it couldn't get any better than it is right now. All right, my friends, have a great one. Don't forget, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we'll have more for you. You never know, something might pop. Hey, there's Adam right there. I was just talking about what a great guy he is, and there he is right there. That's Adam right there. Really great guy. U.S. Army, retired. Great man. All right, my friends. Woo! That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Have a great one. Take care. We'll see you December the 13th. That's going to be a lot of fun. Make your plans to be there. Food, live music, Freedom Open House. Meet all the Friedman Adventures family members. And, of course, even Scott Buchert. Here he is. Let's take a look at Scott. Scott, we're live. Say hi to everybody. Excellent. All right. You know what they say about let sleeping dogs lie? I may have screwed that up. Take care, my friends. Have a great one. Don't forget to hit the like button, share these videos everywhere. And remember, if anything else goes on, who knows? You know, if something pops up, I'll definitely let you know. If not, we'll see you at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning as we offload this great trip on board the Independence, and I think you're going to like what you see. Take care, and I hope to see you really, really soon.